Just keep your eyes closed, please. As you have been listening to this truth about yourself, a certain length of time now, you see for yourself as you close your eyes. Are you comfortable with yourself, and are you comfortable at rest, at home, with all your thoughts and memories? Are you always conscious, or are you forgetful, drifting away with thoughts? Is it natural for you to be conscious? Just be the awareness that you are. Ask yourself the question, do you still struggle with your thoughts, your emotions? Your thoughts, do they still push you into activity which somewhere within you don't like? Whether those thoughts, memories, have a power over you. Meditation, being with yourself, is your testing ground. Being conscious and never to be overtaken by a thought. Physical actions are far away, far removed from yourself, as though nothing is far removed from consciousness. But if you see the nature of activities, a physical movement or a speech, they have a beginning in thoughts. And thoughts you must be aware of. Whereas to be aware, to be conscious, you don't need a thought, any action or speech. Not only you should be conscious as you are with yourself in your meditation, but also it must extend to throughout your day. You are not only at rest with yourself when you are alone, but also when you are interacting. A safe driver is not the one who is very safe all alone on the highway, but crashes when there is a second car coming in. What to talk of too many traffic. Same way. meditation is just not to feel assured, comfortable when you are alone. But while you are interacting with all your thoughts, with all your people around, facing situations of all kind, then you become the ace driver, comfortable alone in the highway, comfortable in a terrible traffic jam, bumper to bumper traffic. You don't touch any car. You are not only at rest when you are with yourself, but interacting with so many different people. And never feel affected. Others will be crazy around, like the crazy drivers. They be human beings, ignorant, arrogant, obsessed, miserable, excitable, sometimes in a happy mood, sometimes miserable. But all these people you have to face, all because you are at rest with yourself. So ask yourself the question, are you at rest with yourself? Does any thought, just any thought, is there even a single thought which distracts you, disturbs you, which you cannot handle? If there is one such thought, one such emotion, that little weakness is good enough for everything to be spoiled. Like in a dam, water dam, a little leakage somewhere, and the pressure builds up, the whole dam bursts. You have just one little weakness. You are just little angry once in a while, little jealousy, little gossipy, little lying, little selfish. That shall be good enough for the dam to burst. If you are unconscious, even a tiny mistake, a single emotion is good enough to destroy the whole personality. If you are conscious, even the most exaggerated emotion, however strong they may be, it makes no difference. You learn how to use it. Like a conscious driver manipulates a powerful machine. However powerful driver you may be, if you are unconscious even for a second, you crash. Observe. are you the one living your life for its own sake? Uddhaya ujjasva. Seeing for seeing's sake. Food for food's sake. Experience for experience's sake. Pleasure for pleasure's sake. Pain for pain's sake. A thought for thought's sake. Nothing ever you do anymore for your happiness' sake. Please see that. You do anything in order to be happy in life, you shall be miserable. The happiness doesn't lie outside in an action or a sensation, nor is it inside, it is yourself. If you look for outside, you are extrovert. Look for inside, you are introvert. Introvertedness also is an extrovertedness. Away from yourself, you are extrovert. Within, without makes no difference. Somebody obsessed with an action, sensation. Somebody obsessed with a thought. Both are helpless. So see for yourself. Being yourself, the awareness, effortless at all times. And your whole living is a meditation, a celebration, for its own sake. You travel long distance, or sit down in one place. Speak 1,000 words, or keeping quiet. Busy with a tremendous responsibility, or just isolated in a cave. Everything for its own sake. Choose your life. It's like a plant. The mango tree produces mango for its own sake. It doesn't eat one. The birds, animals, human beings enjoy. Its pleasure is in production. That is nature's harmony. The river doesn't enjoy carrying water. Others drink it. It just carries. So also yourself. Happy with yourself. Happy to carry your thoughts. Engage yourself in activity for your sustenance and other people's benefit. No action affects you. No thoughts punish you. Everything meditation. Just see that all times. That is the teaching and learning. You're being conscious and looking at yourself and seeing whether a thought, a situation, an action ever overtakes you. What is the level of your restlessness? The worst part of restlessness is you consider yourself restful. It's like the angry man asking everybody, "Do you think I am angry?" In a very angry tone, but asks everybody, "Do you know I am angry? Don't you think I am keeping very quiet and not talking with emotions?" Unconscious action and speech. You see for yourself. Uddhaya, which is fight for fight's sake. Perception for perception's sake. It helps you, helps others. If it's for happiness' sake, you shall be selfish. If you are not happy, you will not do it. Just see that, please. And the taste of it is sukhe dukkhe same krutva lava labho jaya jayo. You are the same in comfortable, uncomfortable situation, pleasant or painful perceptions, gain and loss, jaya ajaya, victory or defeat, achievements, failures, gain and loss, painful or pleasant perception, sensations, mean same thing to you. You recognize pain as pain, pleasure as pleasure. Not that you consider pleasure as pain and pain as pleasure. You see pleasure as pleasure, pain as pain, comfort as comfort, discomfort as discomfort. But you are always being happy with yourself. No need to change anything. If you wish, you can wish to happily change everything. But by changing, you don't be happy. Your happiness doesn't depend upon changing things. But you are happy to change few things. To change for change's sake, not for your happiness' sake. If you want people to change so that you don't have to change your anger, your hatred or jealousy, you are being stubborn, selfish, arrogant. You want people to change so that they are blessed. you don't get anything out of it, because you are happy with yourself. Around such a person, everybody shall happily change. When an angry man wants everybody to behave, nobody behaves. When the restful person convinces other person to behave in a way so that he or she can be peaceful for his own sake, the world changes. As somebody said nicely, be the change that you want to see in the world. I think it is Gandhi. Be the change that you want to see in the world. To see people in happiness, meditation. Be yourself, the happiness, the meditation. No thought, no emotion, no action, no speech, a distraction. Studdhananda divvaistavaihi vedeshangapadakramopanishadaihi gayantiyam samagaha yanamastita tadgatena manasa pashyantiyam yoginaha yasyantam vidussurasuraganaha devaya tasmai namaha. The books are nice, the verses are wonderful. Only if you see those verses are expressions of your being who you are. That is why observation, more and more being yourself. You can explain a verse just like that. Words are there, meanings are there. But are you the description? That is more important. Vidhaya ujjasva sukha-dukkhe samekrutva, keeping yourself equanimous, balanced, in and through all opposite emotions, sukha, dukkha, comfort, discomfort, jaya, ajaya, victory, defeat, lava, alava, gain, loss. These are relative things. You can never escape in life. Balance. Are you being yourself? But if you go up and down like a roller coaster ride, like a person goes on a high and then comes with a thud and says, very peaceful. Who is going to believe you? Please see that. Very important. So one who has that type of mind, one who understands himself, he has that type of mind. So one who can create a mind like that understands himself. That is why Karma Yoga. What type of person will understand this truth? Just read that verse. Why somebody grasps it just like that, and why somebody cannot. All depends on the type of mind you enjoy. So prepare that mind with the right attitude. Esha te vihita sankhe buddhir yoge tumam srunu buddhya yukto yaya partha karma bandham prahasyasi neha bhikramanashosti pratyavayo na vidyate swalpamapyasya dharmasya trayate mahato vayad neha bhikramanashosti pratyavayo na vidyate swalpamapyasya dharmasya trayate mahato vayad. When you are going through your Tattva, the introductory book, you saw one in the beginning of the text itself, Adhikari Pratipadana, as to who is qualified for this knowledge. That qualification as to who is qualified, one who has high discrimination, dispassion, capable of looking at his mind, shama, dhamma, uparama, titiksha, all that, and a strong desire for liberation, freedom here and now. While explaining that, I had told you, when you enjoy that disposition, it's like almost being at rest with yourself. There's no distraction of any kind. No thought is a distraction. No mood is overwhelming. You are a very peaceful person. With that mind, when the teacher points out you are the truth, you just grasp it. No problem. You see it. Even after listening to that, if a person doesn't get it, the teacher is right, the scripture is okay, the teacher knows what he is teaching, the truth is always there. If your mind doesn't, you don't see it in yourself, mind has to be prepared. I told you the defect can be in two places. It can be the guru or it can be the disciple, shishya. Truth is flawless. You are flawless. The teacher does not know. Instead of telling Tattvamasi, you are it, he shall say Tattvam Bhavishyasi, you shall be it. Remember the key. Where is the key? You holding in your hand, you are looking for it. Where is the key? The person shall, the one who sees it, what shall he say? You are the owner already. It is in your hand. You will not say, you shall be the owner, after some time, have faith in me. There is no future in timeless. It's an eternal presence. Relative past, present, future can exist. There is no future of the timeless because it's always the same. So there is no question of your being happiness after some time, if you are not happiness now. It prevents you from understanding because the mind is confused with wrong ideas. So immediately you are it. So the defect can be two places, the teacher or the student. If the teacher is goofy, oh boy, the whole world is spoiled. Everybody is finished. Wrong teacher is a curse on the world. Wrong teacher, wrong teaching, wrong religions, wrong instructions and mind is a disaster. That is why cults are so disastrous. Anywhere which demands uncompromising surrender, unquestioned acceptance, they become seed for disastrous fanaticism. The person should be able to question, challenge. You must challenge the truth, challenge the God, challenge everything. And that begins with challenging yourself. Suppose you challenge everything except yourself, you are being stubborn and arrogant. And that is what secular person's attitude is. He'll challenge every belief, but not the belief on himself. Because he doesn't know who is he, but he won't accept it. Oh, I know, I am PhD. Oh, I see. The secular person's obsession with his degrees that he has, the intelligence that he has, and the religious person's obsession with a God that he believes in, between the two, they shall successfully destroy the whole world. Person, individual, is sacrificed at the altar of the obsession with a God or secular securities. The person is most important. I must know myself. And that's not a selfish disposition. Please understand, friends, with you the universe begins. If you are not here, it makes no difference whether the sun is rising or not rising. The universe spinning or not spinning. The stars appear or fade away. It makes no difference to you. Because you exist. Do you understand how important the individual is? The peacock will not understand it. The dogs will not understand. Animals, plants will not understand it. There is no sense of individuality. Human being has a sense of individuality. What a blessing it is if you question, challenge everything as well as yourself. What a curse it is if you challenge everything except yourself. Of course, challenging everything is better than challenging nothing. Because ignorance is common. One who is challenging the world, another who is not challenging the world. For both, ignorance of themselves is common. But when you challenge the world, scientific progress, education. So looks little more exciting than the person who is uneducated. Definitely true. But in the long run, when you are not aware of yourself, uneducated person is less confused than the educated person. It's like you are a bad boy and you have got guns in your hand. Other person is a bad boy, he has nothing in his hand. He shall only use his fist or pick up a stone. But you are a bad boy with an AK-47. Ignorant, but nothing at your disposal. Poor, helpless, for himself, for others. But when you start questioning, seeing things, questioning the world, of course you become powerful, educated, very nice, but more frustrated. That's what I was telling you. The poverty of the rich man, difficult to take away. The greed of the educated, impossible to satisfy. Poor man's need, anybody can satisfy. Understand? So, adhikari, a person should have the right disposition to understand himself. So, the defect can be two sides. The teacher doesn't know. If the teacher doesn't know, helpless. Everybody is finished. If the teacher is okay, truth is always flawless, mind must be made ready. What is to make the mind ready? By buddhi yoga. What is unprepared mind? Unprepared mind is one who sees happiness where it is not, who sees security where it is not. That is how every average person. Money will give me, make me secure, food will make me happy, touch will make me happy, taste will make me happy. If I go around the world, everything will be fine. These are the dreams millions of people sell and purchase. The person is selling a dream, go around the world. Himself has gone around the world twice, nothing has happened. But he tells, if you go to Amazon cruise, nothing like it. Then what happened to you after coming back? Why did you go again to South Pole also? Just think of it. How the person can get completely confused. Recognize, see that very clearly. So when such strong thoughts are there, very difficult. Or even after you listen to it, suppose the teacher is strong, right, convincing, he arrests your mind. Helps you to see it for a moment. It's just like sculpting. It's really like a sculpting. Sculpting is easy. Sculpting is easy because the stone is lying down. Please see, the stone is there, the artist sees a Krishna there. And he sculpting it out. You are sculpting something which is an immobile surface. The stone is not being restless. The stone is lying down. It doesn't have its own movement. Therefore, you can move it in any way you like and you can chisel it out. Sculpting infinity out of finite mind seems to be a very difficult process because it's a changing mind. So with the sheer strength, conviction, logic and conviction, the teacher can arrest the mind of the student. You can be arrested and say, you are that. Yes. The moment the teaching is over, boom, back to the restlessness. All thoughts come back. And you don't know how to handle it. That is why chiseling becomes very difficult, because the person has a mind of his own. I say, but you change it as you like. The father says, the mother says, some people say so many things, but it's up to you to take it or not to take it. Your individuality, with its own definite likes and dislikes, can completely counteract the entire teaching. Even after understanding this, the person may say, no, it's not right. Nothing like a sensation there. Or, you are so proud that how can somebody give me the understanding? I don't understand. Because you don't want to give the person the satisfaction of helping you to understand. It's so crazy. You understand the point? It's so crazy. Your mind can be absolutely crafty. Very, very crafty. That is why observation, observation, observation. Not mindless observation, looking at a wall and conscious observation. Learning to. That is why if you ask somebody to act consciously, understand, if you ask somebody to act consciously, the person will be tired, because he doesn't understand as to why he should be conscious. That is why after you listen to this, Karma Yoga becomes better. And what is that Karma Yoga? Yesterday we saw that. Buddhi yoge imam shrunu. If the mind is not ready, there are certain thoughts which are still disturbing you, consciously express them. And what is that thought? Anything. You want to be angry? Consciously being angry. Suppose anger overtakes you. Just take an example. Anger overtakes you, blows you apart. If you don't do it, your body is shivering because your mind is going crazy and your body is shivering. If you don't do it, have you seen some people? They are angry, means their faces will flush, eyes will sparkle, red face, and the body is and the person, if they don't tell you anything, they start throwing everything, breaking everything, shooting. Oh boy, what all things people do. Why? Because it's... Now suppose you are getting into some type of a rage, not necessarily such a big one, even a little rage like that, tell yourself, all right, you are angry. Now if you express it, you are going to create problem. Are you ready for consequences? Suppose you talk that, well, maybe the fellow will hit you. Doesn't matter. Okay, but still I will say, all right, you express, listen carefully. You consciously express. See the secret. You consciously express. When the other person, more powerful, retaliates and gives you a punch or takes away your job, anything, don't react. Take that. Tell yourself. Got it? Result you must accept. Why? Because your happiness does not depend upon the result of the action. Anger for anger's sake. I expressed it. Good result, thank God. Got a punch back, thank God. Anger for anger's sake, not for happiness' sake. It's amazing. If you know how to express, every emotion is a healing emotion. No special healing needed. Every emotion, in it lies its healing. You must be ready for consequences. Who are the deceptive people? I shall be proud, but everybody must say, you are so humble. I must be crazy, but everybody say, you are so wonderful. I must be angry, but everybody say, you are Buddha, peaceful. No. Please see that. And when you do it with this attitude, your every action becomes a worship. Every action becomes meditation. And in that, all that we shall see more elaborately, the whole thing is to come there. In that, if you start doing it, you are an honest person. First thing is your honesty. You are a very honest person. You don't mind telling other people that, look, I am very short-tempered. I am really stupid. I am really restless. You don't mind telling to people. Because once you tell it out, others are not aware. This fellow is telling he's short-tempered, why are you talking to him? Others will blame others. Everybody will blame others, nobody will blame you. But suppose you are behaving like Vasishtha, very quiet, but you are really a Rakshas, Ravana, a demon inside, then when you explode, everybody will say, the fellow is very deceptive, pretends to be a very quiet man, but the fellow is so hungry. Then what do you do? From that day, everybody will keep away from you. Why? Deceptive fellow. You don't know. The fellow is with moods. Anybody with moods, can you handle them? Try. Just try. Anybody with moods. That is why 100%, from the day one I have been telling you all this particular statement. Moods. If you have moods, you must forfeit the expectation that anybody can like you. It is just not possible. Because you are a mystery. I am not sure when you will react. It's like you are driving a car, anytime it can break down. How do you feel comfortable? You are driving a car which can break down anywhere, anytime. By chance little flutter comes, I think it's going to stop down now. As the needle goes to the heat, I think it's going to stop down now. Because this car has moods. See, the person is sometimes angry, sometimes happy. You don't know. The same thing you say is very happy. The same thing you say, he gets angry. Huh? What do? Everybody, just to be on the safe side, they keep off. Then you start wondering, why nobody is talking to you? Yes, because they're leaving it for your meditation. Don't worry. Appreciate. Be very conscious. If you want to avoid once for all, you see the truth. You cannot miss it when the teaching is powerful. Nobody can miss it. How long it takes to understand the truth? 1 second. To abide in it takes time. Why? Because mind is not ready. Nobody is going to tell you another day you are the Brahman. Same thing you listen first class, same thing you shall listen after 2 years, 3 years, 20 years also. There is no change. For a change I cannot say you are finite, limited, stupid. Same infinity, absolute. You are always. But what is needed is the person must see for himself. You prepare yourself so that you abide forever, all the time. And in that, when you start doing this, listen carefully, when you karma yoga is there, beauty. Yaha avikrama nasa nasti. Avikrama means arambha. In the karma yoga buddhi, listen, in the karma yoga buddhi, in relation to your attitude, in relation to action, you can start anywhere. There is no krama. First this, first that. No krama. Whereas, if it is a ritual, if it is an action, kamya karma, which you want to particular result you want, you should start with something. You should have a krama. You begin and you end. For your attitude, you can have that attitude anywhere. Please see, suppose you want to invite a person home. Okay? If you invite a person home, it has a krama. I'm giving a simple example. It has a krama. It has the steps. First step, call him up. Hello, will you come? Or send a card. Will you come? First step. Now, without sending a card, suppose one day you say, why didn't you come? He said, where? For what? But did you send a card? What card? And then, how can I come? Oh, that's right. So you have a krama. Send the card. Then suppose you have to say RSVP. You have to say yes or no before you coming. The person should phone up. Yes, I am coming. Krama. Then what time you are coming? 6:45. I will be there 6:50. 5 minutes. So 6:50 everything is ready. Then you go to it begins. Maybe little appetizer, little drink, little that, little this, little juice. Then krama, your main course. Then, what is that? Discourse. Then, you have what is that one? Last, dessert. Main course, discourse, dessert. Okay? Then dessert. Then, bye-bye. 12 o'clock. This is krama. Why? Because this is a kamya karma. If you have to have an attitude, when should your attitude be there? Anywhere. Anytime. Suppose you missed it. You got the fellow invited, very excited about it. Comes there. You be with the person, very excited about it. Then you remember, hey, why am I getting excited? I should be with myself. Oh, when should you start up? Are you getting that point? When you should be conscious? Is it from the beginning or end or middle? Anywhere. Are you getting the beauty of it? Anywhere. That freedom is given to you. Because suppose you are conscious from the beginning till end, then we are not talking to you. You are a wise man. Already happy with yourself, abiding with yourself. But suppose you are starting to be conscious, when shall I be conscious? Anytime. Anytime you can be conscious. If you can be conscious from the moment the thought comes, super. You could not be conscious level at the level of the thought. At least at the level of speech be conscious. I could not be, conscious at the level of speech. I have already going to hit. Before hitting be conscious? Could not be. After hitting conscious? Could not be. Taking the result conscious? Yes. I did this. This is the consequence coming back. Oh, sure. So don't retaliate anymore. Whenever you are conscious, are you getting that? Beautiful. Ya avikramanasa nasti. Here there is no beginning and end. That is why Buddhi Yoga is so beautiful. Any time, any moment of your life, at any stage of your action, be conscious. Buddhi Yoga, your attitude should be proper. Pratyavayo na vidyate. And also this is some the Buddhi Yoga, Pratyavaya na vidyate. Pratyavaya means akarane pratyavaya. Suppose if you do something, you may not get a result. But if you don't do it, there is a result. That is known as in Pratyavaya dosha in ritualistic language. If you don't bathe, you may not get, if you bathe, what do you get? Nothing. But if you don't bathe, you are in trouble, everybody is in trouble. But if you bathe, what do you add to your body? What do you get? Nothing. Bathing. What do you get out of bathing? But if you don't bathe, so this is akarane pratyavaya, that is there. That is, if you don't do a ritual, suppose you do a ritual, nothing. You may not get any result. But if you don't do, you may be lazy. There is a nitya karma, there is an amitya karma. Nitya karma, every day get up in the morning, do the puja. What does it get? Nothing. But if you don't do it, you will be lazy. That is why certain routines in life. If you do, you don't get anything. You do your yoga, what do you get? Nothing. Why? Maintenance. But if you don't do, pratyavaya. Are you getting that? If you breathe, what do you get? Anything added. Anything added. Life, body is body. But don't do, die. Understand? Here is not like that. If you don't do also, pratyavaya na vidyate. By chance you don't do it, there is nothing you are going to lose. Why? What is that you did not lose already that you are losing? Because of your ignorance, you are already suffering. So you want nothing. Same thing will continue. Yaha avikramana asana asti. Pratyavayo na vidyate. Hey Arjuna, beautiful language. Swalpamapi asya dharmasya. Buddhi yogasya asya dharmasya. Swalpamapi. Even if you follow a little. Trayate mahato bhayat. It protects you from great fear. Fear of death. Fear of unhappiness. A little bit of attitude. Any time you have that attitude, you shall be safe from a situation. See the beauty of that statement. Swalpamapi asya dharmasya. Any time you are conscious, that situation you shall be saved from. Any time. Just any time. You are speaking to somebody, you are talking to somebody, you are angry with somebody, interacting with somebody. Any time, if you can be conscious, it will protect you from something. Any time. Swalpamapi, even a little bit of it you do, mahato bhayat trayate. Please see that. It can be in relation to when you are sitting down in the kitchen. Please understand, friend, crisis is potential every moment in life. Depends on you whether you are precipitating or not precipitating. Is there a particular place for crisis? Is there a particular place like accident? Like, accident zone? Usually they will write down. In the blind car. You mean only in the blind car accident take place? Right in the open highway also accident take place. Why? Where is the place for accident? When you are driving on the highway, where is the place for accident? Just anywhere. When you are interacting with people, where is the place for a crisis? Which is the moment? Any time, any wrong speech, any wrong action. That is why, any time you are conscious, protects you from a crisis. If your life is crisis-ridden, what it means is you are totally forgetful. No, they are all telling like that. I told you 100 times. Never blame anybody. They may say 100 things. Reaction is your Highness's responsibility. If your Highness chooses not to react, nobody can do anything to you. But if your HH, His Hollowness, you are not His Highness, but you are His Hollowness, finished. You will be finished. Don't worry. It all depends on you. So, Svalpamapi, see the beauty. Because it prepares you, gives you an insight into yourself. Listen carefully. You have expressed your anger. Please see. You have see the practical side of it. You have expressed your anger. You are seething inside. You finished it. Now the other person is doing something. You are not reacting to the result. So what does it mean? The thoughts are gone. No new reaction coming up. Where are you? That is how you consciously start experiencing, enjoying. Hey, I am being conscious. Not bad. So the other person is full of reactions, angry, but you are very blissful with yourself. You see, ignore that. I know I made a mistake, I made a mess, but happy. It's good that I did it. Because you are you getting that? Because you are getting a hang of things. See for yourself. The other person may be, now you are talking it out, very angry, and they is talking, the fellow is reacting. But you are blissed. Why? You are enjoying the taste of it. Good that I consciously did that. No, this is the secret. You are getting it. It is like you went into somebody's pool. Think. It's like you are jumping into somebody's pool. Because you are desperate to learn swimming. You got into desperate, and you started swimming. And you could swim. Suddenly you develop that, capacity to swim. Now the fellow comes in and catches you. Get out of the swimming pool. Of course, yes. Thank you. I'm sorry. Why? You got it while you wanted to go out. You are already swimming. So, I got it. Now get out. Yes, I am going out. Thank you. Got out. Why? I have done it. The person is angry with you, but you are happy. Why? Your purpose is solved. Everybody is angry with you. Everybody is upset with you because you got angry. But now you are taking the result of the action as it is. Not reacting. You tell her, got it? Deserve it. Everybody kicking you. Take it. Very good. So blissful. Now suddenly everybody you are grateful. Why? They are your taster. They are your examiner of this wisdom. They are talking nonsense about you. You are, thank you. They talk rubbish about you. Thank you. They want to create so-called, as though they are trying to create inconvenience for you. Beautiful. Why? I am passing the test. So everybody who is putting you into taste, you are grateful. You are not angry with them. If you are a conscious person, you know that about Tukaram, a beautiful story comes. He is a very nice man, always living his life beautifully. And then one day he was going to, bathing in a river, and near his village, there is a story goes, Tukaram, forget the name of the person. It's a true incident, somebody's life, I don't forget the name. Anyway, so he was going to bathe in the river and come back. There is one fellow, he's a big rascal, naughty fellow in the village. So he wants to tease everybody. So he wanted to tease him. So whenever he was coming back, he will deliberately spit. When he spit, the breeze will take that spit and will fall on his body. Now you have come from a bath. He is spitting, or he put some dust. You are spitting. So this falls, you don't like it. So you go back, again bathe and come back. Again bathe and come back. So every time he will be sitting there, as he comes, 108 times, the story goes. 108 times the fellow did. 108 times he went back to bathe and come back. This man who was spitting, now his mouth is dry like Sahara. There is no bit of spit available to throw anymore. And he was so moved. He said, this man doesn't say anything, goes and comes. He could not take it. He got down and fell at his feet. He says, I am really sorry that I should be doing this for you as I inconvenienced you. He said, don't say, I am grateful to you. I must touch your feet. He said, for what? What did you do? What did I do? I made a mistake. Why should you touch my foot? He said, look, I have been dreaming that I must have a bath in this river for 108 times. I have been thinking for years. But I have been such a lazy bone, I have never been doing it. Today, for your sake, I had 108 times bath. Now what do you do? Whoever creates problem for you, whoever creates inconvenience for you, take it as God's grace. It's a challenge for my understanding. If you fail, you are stupid. If you are failing, don't tell him, he made me fail. I should be strong. Understand? I should be strong. Now the other person should not challenge. You cannot say, Everest must be very soft target. Everest is Everest. You grow. World shall be world. You must grow. But you say, no, nobody giving me way. Sit down. Just sit down. Don't worry. If everybody gives you way, then only you will progress. Even the seed doesn't do that. A tiny seed you plant in the world. If the seed says, if the world gives way, I will grow. Wait. When you grow, the world gives way. No choice. No choice. You cannot be somebody. Suppose you start taking tremendous responsibility. Can somebody be so foolish to say, no, don't do this? Automatically grow up to better and better responsibilities. Suppose you can't take a responsibility, whom shall send you? Who shall you put him where? You shall say, poor thing, can't take responsibility, why pushing him into trouble? But suppose you say, money, I can do this. Suppose you are a person. Swamiji, what is that do in the morning? I don't look at the garden. Finished. After that, what to do? Go to the office. After that, what to do? Oh. Then they say, hey, this fellow is hyperactive, tremendously active. Whew. So he can be given greater responsibilities. But suppose you say, can you water those 5 plants? Or can you look at this garden? Yes. One day, yes. Next day, no. Third day, what do you say? This person can do it. It's all right. Let him be there. Let him say, why putting him to trouble? Can you serve in the kitchen every day? Oh yeah, no problem. First day, you go. Second day, you come late. Third day, you are not visible. And fourth day, if you are coming, you give whom you want, whom you don't want. Then after knowing that, shall you put that fellow into anything in the kitchen anymore? Why creating problem for him, for others? Take it. Withdraw. Understand, friends. You deserve. Understand. If you are somebody, think. If you are somebody, appreciate. If you are somebody, you grow, then the world gives way. If you say the world should give way, then I shall grow, you shall never grow. Understand? Any moment of life. So people, don't say, people should be all nice. Here everybody is a rascal. Beautiful place, that is your training ground. What is obstacle race? Why do the people do obstacle race? Tremendous confidence. If the targets that you jump is small, how much your confidence? Small. You climb this 100-foot hill And 1,000 feet hill, 2,000 feet hill, 10,000 feet height. Whoosh, confidence. You ride a wave. Somebody rides a wave, wave riders, surfing people. You ride a wave. Small one, some people in the small also they cannot do. They will drink water in that. Small one. Other fellow goes, smaller one. Other fellow suppose go to Melbourne. Go to Pacific. The height of the waves are only 35 feet, 40 feet. And these fellows, daredevil ones, if you see them, like a song they go through, as though they are climbing the wall. They think they have a wall. And when you're looking at it, your whole body shivers. But how does the person feel? Woo. Why? Bigger the wave you ride, more confident you are. Greater your difficulty. Suppose anger is your worst enemy, you could fix it. What shall be your sense of confidence? If jealousy is your problem, passion is your problem, lust your problem, sex your problem, food your problem, whatever is your problem, say yes. Face it, right face to face. Hold the bull by the horn. Then how do you feel? Suppose you throw down on calf, very strong, right? Hold the bull by horn. And if you can take it out, you can ride him, oh boy, you are really a whale rider. You ride a whale. You don't care. Life is like that. A person who rides a whale, person who climbs the Everest, needs to face his mind. That is why you can be emperor outside. You are a slave of your thought. But when you are a master of your mind, you don't have to prove your mastery anywhere. Happy with yourself. Then do something. Why? For his own sake. Yuddhaya ujjasva. Why are you taking responsibility? What else to do? Why are you starting these things? What else to do? Something to be done therefore. Something to be done. But such a big thing, nothing is big. It's all right. Enormous freedom inside. Yeah, are you getting that point, please? Your attitude when it's beautiful, it is not like a ritual where the beginning should be made. Here, anytime, anywhere, any place, you exercise your attitude. That is why it makes you free from the ritualistic disciplines. Anytime, please. Salpamapyasya dharmasya trayate mahato. Ritualistic discipline means ritualistic austerity. Don't say discipline, ritualistic rigidities. In attitude, there is no rigidity. Anywhere you can begin. And salpamapyasya dharmasya trayate. A little bit of this, then your mind is ready. Mahato bhayat takes you away from the death itself. As you understand ultimately yourself, that is the goal. Okay, and this is, read, Vyavasayatmika buddhihi ekeha kurunandana vahu shakha anantascha buddhayo vyavasayinam Vyavasayatmika buddhihi ekeha kurunandana bahusakhayanantascha buddhayo vyavasayinam. It's fantastic. Vyavasayatmika buddhi ekah. Hey Kurunandana, hey Arjuna, here in this world. Vyavasayatmika buddhi ekah. Nishchayatmika buddhi. Viveka vairagyavata buddhi. That buddhi, Vyavasayatmika buddhi means Nishchayatmika buddhi. One who knows for sure what he wants in life, it is only one. What do you want? Happiness, freedom, absolute, consciousness, name it God, truth, anything, one. Happiness is one. Objects of happiness, bahu, sakha, anantasya, endless. Are you getting that point? If you are looking for happiness, you go to one place. If you are looking for happiness, straight, unadulterated, unalloyed happiness, it is yourself one. If you want objects of happiness, how many? So ask yourself the question, are you looking for objects of happiness or happiness? Are you getting that? In the world, everybody, they say they want happiness, but they are looking for objects of happiness. I want to be happy. What do you want? New dress. I want to be real. Swamiji, nobody makes me happy. All right, what will make me happy? I want some ornaments, some gold. I want some food. If you're an ordinary gross fellow, you want gross things. If you're a subtle fellow, love, respect, recognition. Why? So that I can be happy in life. How many are such things? Bahu shakha, many branched, anantasya, endless. That is why nobody ever reaches the end. You thought next. It's always next. Always next. Never this. Always next. That is why how many such targets you have reached? Think. How many such targets you have reached? How many? Now suddenly therefore say, now see, this is where if you are unconscious speaker, if you are a theoretician, you shall say, so none of these things targets absolute happiness, that is only one. Nothing else should be reached. Don't do that. We need these things for our sustenance. For happiness, nothing is needed. For sustenance, everything is needed. How much sustenance is sustenance? You decide. Why should I say? You say, I'm a happy man, but I want an empire. Work. You say, I'm a very happy man, I want ornament. Choice is yours. Do you understand the idea, sir? You decide. You decide for yourself. I'm a happy person. If I can have some little things in my life, that's enough. Fantastic. Other person, no, little things, okay. But why not live in a palace and have few cars, one executive jet also, and go around the world, open some hospitals, schools, colleges for everybody. Billionaire. I can be a billionaire. Do. Yuddhaya yujjasya. Do it for its own sake, not for happiness' sake. Don't say by opening a hospital I shall be happy. Happy and therefore opening a hospital. Happy, therefore doing something. Happy, but I don't have the resources. What can I do? I shall try, if I can. Think. Yuddhaya ujjasya. Thereafter, natural it becomes. And if you lose sight of this, bahu sakha yanantasya, like today's world, how many different ways people are looking for comfort? Sound, in sound itself, million kinds. Sound business, touch business, taste business, food, smell, sight, happiness industry. Religion joins the bandwagon. Business, business, business. Understand? Sustenance is different from happiness. Sustenance is different from immortality. That concept doesn't exist. This just concept doesn't exist. That a person can be happy here and now forever, it doesn't exist. It comes in a very, in a culture, very rare culture, that you can be happy here and now. In fact, Vedas are the source of it. You go on reading everything, everywhere. It doesn't matter. Always it is later on, hereafter. Here and now. I must see it for myself, here and now. And suppose Eastern religions are there, yes, call it Buddhist, offshoot of Vedic understanding. But very rare this thinking is. That is why don't take it Hindu, Indian, human understanding about yourself. Just like if the Newton discovered law of gravity, it doesn't become a British truth because he was a Britisher. Law of gravity does not belong to London, England, nor the discovery. They can take the credit, but that's not a personal truth or a British truth. Who you are, that you are the absolute, it might have flourished in this soil, but that doesn't make it an Indian truth, universal truth. If the water boils in 100 degrees centigrade, it is not the scientist nationality that decides the truth. Water boils 100 degrees centigrade, universal truth. You are immortal, absolute, universal truth. But whereas in the theologies which are limited, you shall go to heaven, up to that heaven only if you like our God. You keep your God, you keep your heaven. Thank you. Understand? Only if you hold on to this, only you will get this experience. Keep it for yourself. Universal. But whereas, Vyavasayatmya buddhi eka. If you know what you are looking for, happiness and nothing else, your restlessness automatically goes down. Focus. What do you want? Happiness. Therefore, somebody doesn't give you food. I'm not come here for food. Someone doesn't respect you. I'm not come here for respect. Doesn't give you a pillow or a bed sheet. I'm not come here for. I can organize these things for myself. Knowledge. How many emotional complications you will have? Just think. If your decision, your vision is straight, this is what I am looking for. Your focus is absolutely straight. You shall not be worried about what the other person does, do, not do, nothing. Why? Focus myself. That is why Vyavasayatmika buddhi eka. Bahu shakha yanantas. Many branched are. Abhyavasayinam buddhi. The people who are not discriminate, dispassionate, their mind wool gathering. Sometimes money, sometimes education, sometimes wealth, sometimes pleasure, pain. This is a sensation, that is to be done, this is to be done, that is also good, this is also good, this is also right, that is also right. To such a woolly brain, you can't teach. Very difficult. Woolly, it's all wool gathering. Swamiji will tell nicely, noodle thinking. You know what is noodle thinking? Noodle, you take one, the whole bunch comes. Noodle thinking. You take one noodle, the whole thing comes one after another, the whole thing comes out of it. So most people are all the lovers of noodles. With one thought, it goes like that. And when you get so angry, you know what happens? Suppose you are like that, other things have got a tendency to come and stick to it. It is just like in the gold, when you are cleaning it, Suppose little dirt is there, then around the dirt, all the dirt will come around and make a big block of dirt. Same thing also here. The moment you are angry, suppose you have you misunderstand one person. Just misunderstand. That is your projection. You misunderstand. Then every activity the person does, everything that he says, he comes and adds to that. So beautiful. At the end of the day, you are collapsing. The moment you know, oh boy, what am I doing? Whoosh, whole thing goes away. Whole thing goes away, disappears. That is why conscious, buddhi yoga. Do you understand buddhi? Your attitude. What is that attitude? Look, already I have told you that. Later on, karmanyavadhikara ma phaleshu kadachana. The attitude is full freedom over the action, not over the result of the action. I am happy with myself. If these thoughts are coming, disturbing, okay, let me do it. And if you think, no, sitting down 2 minutes gives me happiness, all right, sit continuously, see how long you can sit down. Break that monotony. Wrong conclusions. No, I think breathing gives me happiness. Okay, breathe for non-stop 20 hours. Non-stop, continuous. This way, that way, this way, that way. Go on. Chanting gives me happiness. All right, continuously chant. You will hate chanting. If there is a reason for your happiness, you shall be tired of that reason. Can you try it? Try it. You shall be tired of anything. Even a name, God, truth, names, you shall be tired. But don't say, then I shall be tired of being with myself. Who is there to be tired? I am not there to be tired. Are you getting that point? Your being is not a name. So there is no question of, I am being happy. You are not happy. You are happiness. You are not happy. If you are happy, you will be miserable. Are you getting that point? If I am happy, I will be miserable. If I am happiness, if I am a form, I can be deformed. If I am formless, do you understand? Don't. Okay. Are you getting that? No. Please see that. So sweet it is. That is why focus. You are not restless anymore. Why? Vyavasayatmika buddhi. This nischayatmika. I want happiness. Where is the happiness? In myself. But people shall distract you. Read. We shall see. Next class. Yamimam pushpitam vacham pravadantya vipaschitah vedavadarata partha nanyadastiti vadinah kamatmana swargaparaha janma karma phala pradam kriya vishesha bahulam bhogeishwarya gatim prati bhogeishwarya prashaktanam taya paruta cetasam vyavasayatmika buddhi samadho na vidhiyate. These three verses go together, and this is the clear portrayal of the modern generation. Our times, all times, much more you can see in our time. He says, Vyavasayat buddhi eka, that I want happiness, one. That is one. Where is that? In myself. It's a very clean perception. What do you want in life? You're absolutely sure. I am the happiness. Want happiness. Where is that? In myself. So find myself, find happiness, find myself. Clean. One. Abhyavasayatmika buddhi anantasya. And what do? Vedas. It comes the difference between Veda and Vedanta. We shall see the next time. Just give you a hint so that our class will be maybe tomorrow afternoon or day after evening, morning, God knows. I'll tell you. Anyway, Vedavadarata partha nanyadasti iti bhadina. In Vedas, we'll tell you so many wonderful yamimam pushpitam vacha. Many flowery descriptions of many different goals in the Vedas. And people fall for it. I don't want to go to elaborate in that. We'll elaborate next class. People fall for it. Vedas means, first part of the Vedas means, which is karma kanda. Karma kanda means, which tells you, which is sadhya sadhana sambandha. Sadhya sadhana means, if you do this, you will get this. If you do this, you will get this. So today, don't say, Swamiji, but nobody believes in Vedas. Vedic principle everybody believes. The whole secular civilization is sadhya sadhana sambandha. If you get educated, you will get this, you will be happy. If you get a job, you will get this, you will be happy. If you get around the world, you will get this, you will be happy. If you go to that island, you will be happy. If you go swim, you will be happy. If you climb the mountain, you will be happy. Who is describing this? Pushpitam vacha. Flowery descriptions of exotic destinations. And they shall tell, enjoy this. Nothing more is required in life. When the majority of the world sings this song, chants this hypnotizing music, Bhoga Aishwarya Prasaktanam, Taya Aparhuta Chetasam, by Bhoga Aishwarya Prasakta, totally lost in the mindless indulgence, excitement, exotic natures of the sensation and perception, Budhau, Samadhau, Vyavasayatmika buddhi doesn't exist. Such minds will never see. That is why when religion becomes another field of exotic experience, that becomes as dangerous as the secular field. So somebody will say, oh, you come here and you will see the blue light, the green light, the sensation, what you are going through. People describe. If you do this, what you shall feel in the body, you shall feel in your mind. So you are looking for that extraordinary feeling. You taste this sweet, you don't know. You taste this drink, you don't know. Go and swim in that waters. How do they tempt you? All these descriptions given. If you have this, oh. Now when a child is bombarded from all sides, mother is crazy, father is crazy, grandfather is crazy, grandmother is crazy, friends are crazy, school is crazy, everything is crazy. But this is an organized craziness, which is accepted as the normal exotic life. That if you get all these things, you shall be happy. What happens? If you tell somebody there, happiness is in yourself, you are drowned. Drowned is not a word. Are you getting that point? Your tiny little whisper is in a pandemonium. You can find a needle in a haystack, but you cannot listen to this in this pandemonium. Why? In that, the most difficult part of it is, the teacher I go to, he tells me, he shall give me an exotic experience. What do you do? What do you do? I was expecting the voice of sanity there. That is voice of insanity coming. The person promises me exotic experiences, exotic sensation, and equates that with happiness. How many people go cuckoos? You cannot believe. Yesterday one person came there. I don't want to talk about it. And he's talking about, oh, he was in a particular place, he never liked it, but then suddenly he feels waves of bliss coming and hitting him. Huh? And then he thought he should be simply sitting there and doing nothing. Why? Because that's a beautiful sanction for the laziness that he has quoted. Deep within, you want to be lazy, you want to do anything. But you have got a spiritual sanction to it now. Why? That waves of bliss hit me, I don't want to do anything. Right? But preferably, freshly baked brown bread will be nice. And homemade tofu will be good. Exotic, healthy food. Right? And then I'm going for the trips now, where I'm going to Himalayas. For what? You understand? It's so tricky. You want to be lazy, understand? You want to be lazy, and you get a vibration like that. You go to a teacher to find your freedom. He ties you down to an exotic sensation. Are you bound or released? Ask yourself the question. I went there for freedom. And I'm tied to him because he says, without him I can't get it. In the Vedanta Upanishad, what he says? You are the happiness, whether you like it or not. Even if the teacher is angry with you also, you are still the happiness. Can't take it away. Absolute freedom. I am free not because teacher says so, because I am free, teacher says so. So, you shall see how the minds of generations have been destroyed. We'll see that. The three verses come together from the Vedic standpoint to the modern. Don't say, oh, we are all, today nobody believes in Vedas. Hey, who cares for Vedas? Vedic principle. Vedic principle is Sadhya Sadhana Sambandha. If you do this, you will get this. If you do this, you will go to heavens. Vedas will say, if you do this, you will go to heavens. But the Vedas are honest to point out, if you go to heavens, you will come back. This will say, if you do this, you will get this job. But they will never say you retire. Does anybody emphasize on retirement? Does anybody emphasize on divorce and end of a relationship? Push, push, push. Does anybody tell about the alcoholism after the alcohol binge? Does anybody talk about the addiction while talking about the drugs? No. Everybody gives exotic description. Movies, the games, this, that. What about people who are dropping out, tired, addicted, destroyed? Nobody will talk about it. That is the honesty of the Vedas. If you do this, you will go to heavens. Have a good time. But don't have a hope. It will not last forever. Why? If it begins, it ends. Oh, yo, yo. Therefore, what shall I do? Know yourself. Appa. Eka. Distractions are billions. Why? If you lose sight of the happiness in yourself, then where shall you look for it? Anywhere else. And where is that anywhere? Think of it, okay? So which one is easy? Looking for happiness is easy or looking for the object of happiness is easy? You decide. Meditation is easy or agitation is easy? You decide. Why should I say? Thank you. Close your eyes.